Well, looky here. Those of you that did not see my live stream last night are probably like, what the f***? Is that a Nosfet Aero? Yeah. It is. So let's go out on my first real ride and I'll tell you about it. So here I am on my brand new Nosfet Aero that I made with an arrangement with PEV Connection in Clearwater, Florida. If you are in the Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater area, PEV Connection is a full service PEV store. Sell not only electric unicycles, but scooters, electric bikes, work on one wheels, sell accessories. I knew that they opened up last year, but I never had visited them prior to Saturday. And I got to meet one of the co-owners, Rob Lee, when I was up there. And they are the ones that provided me with the Nosfet Aero. So again, this is stuff that I talked about on the live stream I did last night, a rather brief live stream, about an hour. But those of you that watch the channel are familiar with the F22 Pro that I got back in April. Waited for that wheel for a long time, liked a bunch of things about the wheel, had the highest voltage out there in the EUC community. It has suspension in all four corners, which is a unique thing in EUCs. Very powerful, smooth. Yeah, got it not too long ago. Took it out on, I don't know, 3 or 4 rides. And I have, right from the day one, an annoying problem with the steep dihedral angle that's on the pedals of the F22 Pro. If you look at the dihedral on the Nosfet Aero, it's fine. It's whatever angle this is just fine for me. It doesn't bother me at all. But the steep angle on the F22 Pro, the non-adjustable steep dihedral angle on the F22 Pro was a game changer for me. It killed my enjoyment of the wheel because I couldn't ride it for more than 10 miles without very, very significant discomfort in my feet, ankles, and legs, to be honest with you. Just was not comfortable. And I mentioned before that, some riders like steep dihedral, or even if they don't like it, it doesn't bother them at all. It doesn't cause them any physical discomfort. And for me, it definitely does. I never had a wheel with that much dihedral on it. So the end result of that was I was not driving it or riding it much at all because it was uncomfortable. So last week I saw a notice by Rob that he had a couple Aeros coming in on their shipment that were not spoken for yet. And I made him the offer to trade my F22 Pro for a Nosfet Aero, even up. And yes, financially they are not even up in value. No, they're not, but I didn't really care. Every person I know that has reviewed the Aero so far has almost exclusively positive things to say about it. This wheel weighs almost half of what the F22 Pro does. This is definitely in the class of something similar to a V9 or a Falcon, as far as its size and stuff. But it's unique as well, as far as its specs and looks, and I don't know. I'll be talking about it more in depth. Like right now we're cruising 21, 22, and it feels just fine. So anyways, did I finish my story? Yeah, I drove up to Clearwater yesterday, today's Monday. Happy Memorial Day, by the way. I drove up to Clearwater on Saturday and I swapped the F22 Pro for the Nosfet Aero, and that is why I'm on a Nosfet Aero now. And that's why my feet don't hurt anymore. So yeah, that's the backstory. Trying to keep it as brief as possible. If you want more backstory, you can check out the live stream. I'll have linked at the end of the video. So another thing that the Nosfet Aero has, which is nice, is it has a mid-mount suspension, hydraulic suspension, similar to the Fast Ace suspension that's on Leaper Kim suspension wheels, but it's not Fast Ace, but it's similar. And that's one of the positive things that many people have said, is that the suspension out of the box feels good. And I would agree with that as well. The suspension out of the box does feel good to me. I'll probably tweak the rebound maybe, a little bit, rebound and dampening, but overall the suspension feels good to me. You'll notice that I don't have pads on this yet. I don't even have the Velcro on this yet. I do have the Velcro to put on the sides of the wheel. The order the PEV Connection got, for some reason, the pads were not included with it, so Rob said that he'll send me pads once they get them. And of course, I'm okay riding without pads. Would it help? Yeah. But because of the way this wheel looks on its side panels specifically, it's kind of nice to have them exposed. I mean, it shows off some of the attractive visuals that this wheel has, in my opinion. But of course, you do lose an element of control when you don't have pads on your wheel. So personal decision. But for now, I am fine riding it without pads on. I think I did this on the V9. Where did I do that little curb drop? The first curb drop I ever did on the V9. Because remember, it didn't feel good. Was it that? Was it that little tiny thing? Probably was. All right, let's do this one instead. Similar height. Yeah, feels good. It could benefit from a little bit of adjustment, I think. You know, because I'm always one that errs on the side of plush. I like plush with my wheel, so I will tweak that a little bit. But no, it feels good. Definitely feels good. Let's talk about the styling. Headlight on this is really cool. Tail light on this is really cool. When you charge it, it activates a cool light sequence in the tail light. So yeah, aesthetically, I think they really hit it out of the park with the Aero. But now, of course, aesthetics, and I've said this many times, aesthetics are not the most important thing when it comes to a wheel, to me. Definitely not. A couple quirky / negative things that I've seen so far. Nosfet does have an app. They do have an app for the Aero, and I guess the Apex. Currently, that app is Android. The only Android phone I have is probably 6 years old, and I don't even know that the Nosfet app would work on it. So that's a little negative, because Rob told me that this has firmware updates available from once it was boxed. There's firmware updates that are out there for it, and normally you want to apply firmware updates. So first I thought I was SOL unless I got that Nosfet app working on the Android device that I have. Yeah, again, I think I need to increase the rebound and dampening to fit my needs, but no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so anyways, I had some conversations with Rob once I got back, and he mentioned that you could actually use the LeaperKim app, you know, which again affirms the very strong connection between LeaperKim and Nosfet. You can use the LeaperKim app to change the setting on a Nosfet, at least the Aero. I can confirm that. It'll change your basic settings, your speed alarms, all that kind of stuff, imperial versus metric. You can do all that in the LeaperKim app. But Rob was not positive if you could upgrade firmware in the LeaperKim app. So I'm like, I'll try it. What the hell? So I connected to the wheel in the LeaperKim app. It found the wheel, even though it didn't really know how to identify it, but it did find and connect to it. And then I went into configuration, firmware update, and lo and behold, it found new firmware, 2 revisions newer than what's on here, or what was on here. So you had to stick the wheel on its kickstand in order to do a firmware update, just like LeaperKim wheels. Did that and fired it off, and lo and behold, it worked. Probably took about 10 minutes. It's a pretty big update. Takes a little while to apply, but it installed cleanly, rebooted once, and it was good. It was good. So I was able to do the firmware upgrade with the LeaperKim app. They're like, whoa, what's he ride? What is that? Is that one wheel? How is he balancing on that thing? What the heck? What the heck? I'm just gonna follow him for a annoying amount of time just so I can like pull out my phone and I can record what he's doing, because I've never seen anything like this before. Handling on the wheel feels good. Has a hybrid tire on it. Not pure street, not pure off-road. It feels good. Feels nimble. So, you know, tire's always a big thing. That tire seems a-okay. These pedals, some people criticize the pedals because they are unique. They're kind of, I don't know, they're different looking. I'll show you once I get off. But as far as comfort, they feel fine. And you know, I have big feet, and I feel okay. My feet feel adequately supported. So maybe if you're planning to do aggressive off-road with an Apex, which it isn't really designed for, I guess you can, but it's not really designed for that. You would want different pedals, but for what I'm using it for, I think it'll be just fine. The wheel does come with a stock 5 amp charger. I think the battery capacity on this is somewhere around 1100 watt hours, something like that. So a 5 amp charger is more than adequate for that. One of the negatives, really the only strong negative that I've seen with this wheel, and again, it traces back to the Leaper-Kim lineage, right? For some reason, Leaper-Kim seems to not prioritize ease of charging in their wheel design. With Nosfet, the port, it's a single port, it's in the back, it's covered. To charge it, you need to lift the trolley handle to get adequate access to it. Otherwise, it is a certified pain in the ass if you don't lift the trolley handle. But the thing is because it's on the back, if you have it on its kickstand, it's difficult to put the charger in, the plug in. So you kind of need to like hold it up awkwardly to plug the charger in, or put it on an EUC Army stand. That works. I did verify that. Or, well, actually this is an option. Or like with some other wheels, what I would do is other veteran wheels, I would tip it forward, and it would, even though it wasn't ideal, it would sit on its nose while you connected the charger to the rear port. With the Apex, keep mixing those two up. With the Aero, it absolutely does not want to sit on its nose. There's no flat surface or straight surface for it to sit on its nose, so kind of awkward charging the thing. But the worst part of it is the cover that they have for the charge port. On the outside, it's rectangular. On the inside, it has a circle, and that circle is designed to go around the charge port. There is two parts to it. There is a protruded part that's supposed to go inside the charge port where the pins are, and then there's like a circle, an indented area where you're supposed to push it all the way in to seat it. There's no two ways about it. It's a pain in the ass, and there is a little hinge that attaches it to the wheel, but evidently people have broken that easily trying to fight with that charge cover to get it on. It's really inconvenient, not well thought out, which is a shame, because it seems like there's so many things on this wheel that are really thought out well, but charging does not appear to be one of those things. So I mean, I charged the wheel, I got the port back on, but yeah, it was a struggle, way more than it should be. Larry, who also has an Aero, had similar struggles. I think in his case, his door is totally broken. I don't know why. I don't know. It's easy to break. It doesn't give you much wiggle room to actually get the cover in place. So there could be a need for a 3D printed solution just to cover that charge port. Maybe I'll provide it. Maybe someone else will. Off topic, but did you know that Costco closes on Memorial Day? I did not. I drove all the way to Costco today, hoping to get a couple things, and they were closed. Aww. I don't know, maybe that was my bad, just assuming that they were open on Memorial Day, but just for all of you out there, make a mental note, Costco is not open on Memorial Day. Probably not Labor Day either, I guess, right? Wheel feels very maneuverable, way easier to do a tight turn than the F22 Pro. Just because you don't feel like you're hanging 50 pounds out over the edge of the wheel when you're doing the turn. Yeah, I much prefer this for my riding reality nowadays. I much prefer this. I don't need massive battery, massive wheels anymore. I really don't. One other positive with this is, I believe I'm correct in saying this. I didn't double check it looking at the valve, but the Aero, I believe, has a tubeless tire, which ever since October, since I had a tube failure, I am a big proponent of tubeless tires. My Inmotion V9 has a tubeless tire as well, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing for safety as far as I'm concerned. I can't really see the viewfinder from here. Can you see these pedals? Yeah, they're kind of weird. They're not like a mesh, right? Like a lot of spiked pedals are, and the spikes themselves are pretty rounded off. For my needs, it's fine. If you are real into maximum grip, you're gonna probably want another pedal solution, but for me, it's fine. This has different pedal hangers than anything I've ever seen before as well, but I've never had a Nosfet wheel before either. But this is different than any Leaper-Kim pedal design that I've seen as far as the hangers go. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, one of the things that Larry actually asked me about was comparisons with this and the V9. You know, since I own both wheels, he thought it'd be interesting if I did a pretty in-depth comparison of the two wheels, because I mean, they are a similar size category. I think I guess they are targeted at the same people, sort of, but each wheel has its own strengths. So depending on what that individual is looking for, what appeals to them, one wheel might be more appropriate for them than the other. So I will do that. I will do that at some point. I didn't show the trolley handle. Right here is the little latch. You just release it, and then You flip it up. There isn't a lockout detente up top here, but it is a friction stop, and it is pretty good. Better than what was on the F22 Pro. That's one of the things that annoyed me with the F22 Pro. The trolley handle, you pulled it up and it was at a good height, but it didn't have a lockout detente. So as you were pushing it, it would like sink, and you had to keep pulling it up, and that was annoying. This seems really nice. Aesthetically, the way it's engineered to be integrated into the top of the wheel, very, very cool. I've never seen a trolley design quite this cool, in my opinion. And you just lock it back down in place and you're good to go. All right, let's finish this out. We're just gonna go up to the end of the greenway and back, and this is just a first ride, right? This isn't an end all be all ride. This is just a first ride. The display on the Nosfet Aero, again, very Leaper Kimish, although different. I mean, it is a LCD, but the layout of the screen is different. The visuals of the screen are different, and the button configuration is different than the other Leaper Kim wheels that I've used. So, but it seems fine. Seems fine. The firmware update, one of the things it fixes, like if you have an out of the box Nosfet with the original firmware, if you try to go through the different settings on the screen, you'll notice there's really small text that tells you what each setting is that you're looking at. And with the stock firmware, it like flashes so quickly, it's very difficult to make out what you're actually adjusting or looking at. With the updated firmware, it slows it down so it is more visible. So if you are having that issue, update your firmware. Feels really nice. Easy carving, very easy carving. Tire feels good. It's not one of those tires where you feel like you're falling off the edge as you lean into it. Feels good. Battery size in this, which I believe is 1100 watt hours. I'll put up on the screen exactly what it is. It's a 126 volt subsystem, like a veteran Patton. You compare that to a wheel like the V9, which is only an 84 volt subsystem. So there's definitely some performance enhancements with a wheel like this. The battery cells, I'm not sure if it's 50S or 50 GB batteries. I need to verify that. I'll take a look. But I can tell you, seat of the pants, this feels more than adequate. Top speed, I believe, is 34, 35 miles an hour, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't see me taking this wheel over 30 miles an hour. In its use case, I don't have a need to do that. So yeah, adequate speed for a compact suspension wheel for me, for sure. Yeah, but 20% faster than a V9 top end, so that's great, right? I am curious how the range on this works out. You know, the higher voltage wheels will have sometimes less range, so we will see how the range on the Aero works out. I will be doing a range test on this wheel because the pedals don't feel like they hurt my feet. So if I can ride 10 miles in this and my feet don't hurt, I can do a range test. And right now we're at 8.5, so we're just about at that threshold. Another random fact, I went to see Mission Impossible last night, which I believe is supposed to be the last Mission Impossible. I think Tom Cruise is 60 years old or something like that. I wish I could say I loved it. I didn't, I really didn't. It was just silly. I mean, of course, it's Mission Impossible. There's always like unlikely, silly things that happen and outcomes that are silly. But this raised the bar on silliness. And yeah, and the villain, he really should have had like a long mustache that you could twirl with your fingers, because it was kind of corny, over the top, and I don't know. I mean, lots of action. I mean, and it's long. It's very long. I think it was almost 3 hours. So it's very long, lots of action, but overall, as a movie, I didn't think it was that great. So, but anyways, you might enjoy it, you might not. Small drop here. Right here, it says drop off. See, drop off. Just following the sign, drop off. Took the bite off of it, but I'm pretty sure I can take even more bite off of it if I adjust it a little bit more. See these big signs here going into my development? Look how nice that trim is, that gray trim. It's nice, right? It's nice because that's one of the things I did this weekend is I repainted that trim because it was faded from the sun. Volunteered to do it. Got to be a good community member, right? Even though I have no pads, I'm not feeling any sharp edges when I'm mounting and dismounting. Sometimes that's a problem with wheels, that if you don't have a pad on there or something, it can literally hurt your leg, cut into your leg when you're trying to mount and dismount. The nice rounded surfaces on the Aero caused that to be a non-issue. And if you didn't get a good look at the pedals when I was sitting down on the bench, right there is what the pedals on the Aero look like. All right, so that wraps up my initial ride on the Aero. That was yeah, just under 10 miles, 9.7 miles. And overall, it felt really, really good. Very solid, maneuverable. Suspension, I'm going to probably try to see if I can adjust the rebound and dampening to make it a little more towards my taste, but the suspension is good, tires good, power's good, aesthetics are good, and even though on paper, financially, the value of an F22 Pro to a Nosfet Aero is not there. As far as my personal enjoyment, it is. I feel much better having a wheel like this that I can ride easily, comfortably, with it being good looking, convenient, all that kind of stuff. So if you found this video interesting, please think about giving it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you're going to subscribe, you can hit the notify bell that's over there somewhere. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. Like I mentioned, I did a live stream last night. If you want to check that out, I'll have that linked at the end of this video. Huge thanks to my channel members. Channel members are over there. Channel membership is inexpensive. There's a bunch of perks that you get with channel membership. Check it out if you want to. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. It's hot. I'm sweating. I'm hot and sweaty. So I think that's all I have for now. Oh, one more thing. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Thank you for watching the video to the end. That helps more than anything. Video watch duration is everything in YouTube. So if you made it to the end, please let me know that you did so by putting in your comment, #Aero. And and feel free to leave your thoughts about my solution to the dihedral angle problem on the F22. It's funny, I mentioned on the live stream last night, that was the biggest problem I had with the F22 Pro. KingSong announces the F18 has a few days ago puts out like all their major features. One of the major features on the F18 is adjustable pedal angle. Aww. Why not on the F22 Pro? That's really dumb in my opinion. That's dumb. So anyways, that's all I have for now. Hope you have a great upcoming week, and until next time, Duckman out. Are you waiting? Are you patiently waiting for your walk? Is that what you want? Your walk? Okay. We'll go for the walk.